I'm Rachel and today I'm showing you how to make shortbread 3 different ways. Last year, with the help of my twin 1-year-olds, we shared with you how to make our toffee shortbread. And using that basic shortbread recipe, you can make so many different kinds of cookies, and today I'm going to show you some of our favorites. Today we're making a raspberry sandwich shortbread cookie, an Earl Grey shortbread, and a chocolate hazelnut filled shortbread. Okay, so let's get started. So since I'm making 3 different shortbread cookies, I'm going to make 3 batches. So we're going to triple my original recipe. So first we're going to start with 5 1/4 cup of flour, just all-purpose flour. Next we're going to do 1.5 cups of icing sugar, and make sure you have a big bowl because this is going to be a big batch of dough. Then we're going to add 3/4 teaspoons of salt, just regular table salt, and just mix that up. And now you can go ahead and add your 3 cups of butter or margarine. Today I'm using margarine. I've used vegan margarine, olive oil margarine, and real butter, and anything works as long as it's softened and at room temperature, which is great because then you can make this recipe vegan if needed. So I'm just going to cut into the margarine and kind of incorporate it all before I go in with my mixer, otherwise this will be a huge floury mess. I'm just going to go in again with my spatula. You can go in again and just incorporate it all with your hands if you want, but this dough is really soft right now and I just want to try and mix it as much as I can with my spatula. And this is a very soft dough, so you probably won't be able to get any shapes out of this other than like a simple square or circle. But this recipe is a great, yummy, simple, buttery shortbread recipe. Okay, so I'm going to dust my surface with some icing sugar and kind of spread that out, and I'm going to try and mix the rest of this dough onto the counter. So now that you have your dough base, you're going to divide it into 3 or however many different types of cookies you're going to do. And just wrap it in saran wrap. So first cookie I'm going to do is my popular raspberry sandwich shortbread cookie. So I'm going to start by dusting my work surface with some more icing sugar. And I like to use icing sugar because if I use flour, I find it makes the dough taste really floury. So I'm just going to go in, and since the dough is really soft, I just like to go in and roll it out by just patting it out with the palm of my hand. So for any of my shortbread sandwich cookies, I like to use a round cookie cutter. So I'm just going to make them all circles and put them on my baking sheet lined with a silicone liner. So now we're going to put this first batch into the oven for 8 minutes at 350 degrees. So while that's baking, I'm going to prep our chocolate hazelnut kisses to make our chocolate hazelnut filled shortbread cookie. So first you're going to need your chocolate hazelnut spread and a piping bag, and you're just going to rest that into a cup and scoop that chocolate hazelnut spread into your piping bag. You're going to cut off the tip. Leave about like 1/2 inch opening. And you're going to move that spread down, and basically you're going to make a bunch of little Hershey Kisses. That is going to be the filling of your shortbread. I'm just going to pop these outside for a bit to harden. So our first round of shortbread is done. And since these are sandwich cookies, I'm going to use this star cutter to mark the top so that you can see the jam peeking through. So for our next shortbread cookie, we're going to make an Earl Grey version. So I have some Earl Grey tea that I'm going to process in the processor to make it a little bit more fine. First time I made these, I just used the tea leaves as is, and it made for a very crunchy texture, which wasn't so nice. So I'm just probably gonna do about like maybe 1/4 cup. You can do more if you really like that Earl Grey taste. So now we're gonna get our second batch of dough from the fridge. Unwrap that, and we're going to lightly icing sugar our surface. Dough there, and I just like to make a little well and mix all that yummy Earl Grey in there. So for these ones, I'm going to use a square cutter and move them onto my lined baking sheet. And these will go in the oven at 350 for another 8 to 10 minutes. So for the last shortbread, we are going to roll maybe 1-inch balls and place it on our mats. Once you have your 1-inch balls, you're just going to use the end of a wooden spoon to make a little well inside each one. Now you're going to take your chocolate hazelnut kisses and you're going to put them inside your shortbread doughs. So after you wash your hands, you can just kind of roll the dough and close up the cookie. Okay, and these can go in the oven for another 8 to 10 minutes at 350. Now we're going to assemble our raspberry jam sandwiches. So I just got my raspberry jam. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys try this recipe at home. Let me know what are your favorite cookie recipes in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!